Welcome back to the next session of your class. I'm your teacher, Miss Rita Raza. I hope you all are well and good. Today, the topic which we are going to discuss is the pollination by animals. Your unit name is Discovering Plants. So let's start. As you have previously studied about the pollination, I repeat some of the points. Pollination is basically the transfer of pollen from anther to the stigma of flower. I repeat, transfer of pollens from anther to stigma of flower. Anther is the male reproductive part of plant and stigma is the female reproductive part of the plant. So let's have a look on the types of pollination. We have wind pollination, water pollination, pollination by animals. So today our major topic is pollination by animals. In this diagram you can see these type of pollination. On the left side we have wind and water pollination. On the right side we have animal pollination. It can be take place by bird, by insect or by the bat. Pollination by animals. Flowers that are pollinated by animals have the colorful petal, the nice scent to attract the animals. These qualities attract the animals to the flower, and the animal may be avoided by the pollen or the nectar. Here are some animals that act as the pollinator. First of all, let me tell you what is a pollinator. Pollinator is some agent or something by which the process of pollination takes place. In the category of animals, we have the bees, the butterflies, the beetles, the flies, moths, and bats. These are all the pollinators that help in pollination. In all these pollinators, bees are the important pollinators because they pollinate many kinds of crops. In this diagram, you can see the pollination by a bee. How it takes place? When the bee sits on the flower, the sticky pollens stick onto the body of the pollinator. I repeat, when this bee sits on the flower, the sticky pollens stick onto the body of that bee. When this bee moves from flower to flower, the pollen transfers from anther to the stigma of the flower. I repeat it again. Sticky pollens stick onto the body of the pollinator. In this diagram, we have a bee that is acting as a pollinator. When this bee moves from flower to flower, pollen transfers to the stigma of the flower. So, by this process, the pollination by animal takes place. You know, these animals are really helpful for us because without them, many plants do not able to reproduce. And these pollens are not intentionally attached to that animals. They just move from flower to flower. the pollen stick to their body and transfer from one flower to the other flower, or it can be within that flower. So, this is our today's lecture, whose major topic is the pollination by animals. I hope you understand this topic, and to check your understanding, I have some questions for you. So, these are the questions. Question number 1: name the pollinators by which animal pollination takes place. Number 2: which type of flowers are pollinated by animals? Number 3: what steps are involved in animal pollination? Number 4: which pollinator is most important in animal pollination? So, you people think about these questions. I will send you the answer for after some time. Thank you so much.